Let me tell you about the most expensive 5 minutes of my entire life. Now, I don't mean expensive like buying a car or signing a lease. I mean expensive like losing money without knowing it. For years, I sat down one random Tuesday afternoon, completely bored, and decided to look at my bank account the way a mechanic looks at an engine. Not glancing, not hoping, actually looking. And what I found in the next 300 seconds made me feel two things at the exact same time: relief and absolute stupidity. Because I realized I had been throwing away over $1,000 every single month. Not on stupid purchases, not on nights out, on absolutely nothing. And the worst part? The money was still leaving my account. Quietly, automatically, while I was sleeping, working, and congratulating myself for being responsible. I want you to pause for a second and think about your own accounts. When was the last time you actually opened your bank statement and read every line? Not scrolled. Read. If you're like most people, it's been months, maybe years, and that's not your fault. Banks and apps have designed it this way. They want you to look at the big number at the top and feel safe. They don't want you to see the tiny leaks, because tiny leaks add up to rivers. And I know that sounds dramatic, but stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to be reaching for your phone. And that's exactly what I want you to do. Let me rewind to that Tuesday. I was stressed about money, not broke. Stressed. There's a difference. Broke means you know exactly why you have no money. Stressed means you have some money, but no idea where it goes. I made good income. I paid my rent. I had a little left over each month. But somehow I was never ahead. Never building real savings. Never taking that trip I kept talking about. So I did something uncomfortable. I opened my banking app, scrolled back 30 days, and started a list on a piece of scrap paper. No software. No fancy budget tool, just a pen and a paper towel, because that's all I could find. First discovery, subscriptions. The first thing I found made me laugh out loud. A subscription to a productivity app called Things. Great name. Very clever. I paid $50 a year for it, and I hadn't opened it in 14 months. 14 months. That's $50 for nothing. Then another subscription to a meditation app called Calm. I used it twice during a stressful week at work and forgot to cancel. That was another $70 a year. Then a cloud storage plan for photos I already had backed up on an external hard drive. $40. Then a streaming service I signed up for to watch one documentary. I watched it. I never canceled. $96. I kept going. A meal kit service I used twice during a pandemic lockdown and never turned off. $240 over 18 months. A gym membership at a fancy place 15 minutes away when I'd been running outside for over a year. $600. By the time I finished writing, I had over $800 a year in subscriptions I didn't use. Not one of them sent me a reminder. Not one of them said, hey, you haven't opened this in a year. Maybe you want to cancel. They just took the money. Every single month. Like clockwork. And here's what really got me. I'm a smart person. I work hard. I read articles about personal finance. And I still fell for it. Because subscriptions are designed to be forgotten. They charge just enough that you won't notice. They renew automatically, so you don't have to make a decision. And they count on your laziness. That's not an accident. That's a business model. So I canceled every single one. Took me about 4 minutes. And just like that, I had an extra $800 a year that I didn't have 5 minutes earlier. Now, I want you to do something for me. Right now. Don't wait until the end of this video. Hit subscribe. I'm serious. Because the rest of this story gets much bigger, and you don't want to miss the next part where I show you exactly how to do your own audit. Also, smash the like button if you've ever found a charge on your account that you didn't recognize. And comment the word leak so I know you're paying attention. I read every comment, every single one. And later in this video, I'm going to share the most shocking leak I found. The one that wasn't a subscription. The one that almost made me cry. But first, let me tell you what happened in minute 2. Minute 2 of my audit. I looked at fees. Now, I always thought I was too smart to pay bank fees. I had a basic checking account. No monthly fee. Or so I thought. I looked closer. There was a $4 monthly maintenance charge labeled account service fee. Okay, annoying but small. Then a $3 charge for paper statements. I hadn't received a paper statement in 2 years. They were sending them to an old address. then a $15 overdraft fee from 6 months ago when I accidentally went negative by $2 because of a pending charge. $2. They charged me $15. Then another overdraft fee from 3 months ago. Another $15. Then a $1 fee every single time I use an ATM that wasn't in their network. I travel a lot. Those added up to $40 over the year. When I added all the fees together, I was paying over $200 a year just to have my own money in their bank. $200. For nothing. No service. No benefit. Just punishment for being a customer. So I did something that felt terrifying. I called my bank. I hate phone calls. But I dialed the number and said these exact words. Hi, I've been a customer for 5 years. I noticed several fees on my account that I don't understand. Can you help me? The woman on the phone was incredibly nice. She refunded the 2 overdraft fees immediately. That was $30. Then she removed the paper statement fee. That saved me $3 a month going forward. Then she told me about a different type of checking account they offered with no monthly service fee. She switched me over in 2 minutes. The whole phone call took less than 4 minutes. And when I hung up, I had saved over $150 in past fees, plus another $48 a year forever. For minutes, $198. That's $49.50 per minute. I don't make that kind of money doing anything else. But here's what really stuck with me. After I hung up, I sat there feeling proud of myself. And then I felt angry. Not at the bank, at myself. Because I had been paying those fees for years. Years. I don't even want to calculate how much money I gave them out of pure laziness. And I realized something that changed everything. Most people don't have a money problem. They have an attention problem. We are so busy, so distracted, so overwhelmed by life that we just assume everything is fine. We assume the bank isn't ripping us off. We assume the subscription will remind us. We assume someone else is watching out for our money. But no one is. Not your bank. Not your credit card company. Not your insurance agent. They're watching out for their money. Not yours. Let me take you to minute 3 of the audit. This one is embarrassing. I looked at my credit card rewards. I had a credit card that offered 2% cash back on everything. 2%. That's not nothing. That's $20 for every $1,000 you spend. Over the course of a year, the average person spends about $30,000 on living expenses. Rent, groceries, gas, internet, phone, insurance. 2% of $30,000 is $600. $600 free dollars. But I wasn't getting it because I was using my debit card for almost everything. Why? Habit. Pure habit. I had automatically reached for my debit card for years because that's what I did in college when I had no credit. I never updated my behavior. That one change, switching my everyday spending to a rewards credit card and paying it off in full every month, added over $600 a year in my life. No extra work, no cutting back, just paying attention for 30 seconds. But wait, it gets better. I also had a rewards card for groceries that gave 5% cash back. I wasn't using that either. Another card for gas that gave 3%. Not using it. When I finally sat down and matched each spending category to the right card, I added another $400 a year. That's $1,000 total. $1,000 for doing nothing except remembering to use different pieces of plastic. That's not finance. That's just not being lazy. Now we get to minute 4, and this is where the number starts to climb. I looked at my savings account. Specifically, I looked at the interest rate. I had a savings account with a major bank, the same bank where I had my checking. I was earning 0.01% interest. That's not a typo. 0.01. That means for every $10,000 in my account, I was earning $1 per year. $1. Meanwhile, I had heard about online high-yield savings accounts offering 4%. 4%. That's $400 per year on that same $10,000. I didn't believe it at first. I thought there had to be a catch, but there wasn't. I opened an account with an online bank in 7 minutes, transferred my savings over, and just like that, my money started earning $400 a year instead of $1. That's a $400 raise for 7 minutes of work. And I almost didn't do it because I was too loyal to my old bank. A bank that was paying me nothing while charging me fees. Think about that. But here's where the $12,000 comes from. I told you this wasn't all my money because after I did my audit, I got excited. I started telling everyone. My partner rolled their eyes at first, said I was being obsessive. Then I sat them down and did the audit with them. In 10 minutes, we found their car insurance policy. They had been with the same company for 8 years. Loyal customer. Never shopped around. We got a quote from a different company for the exact same coverage. It was $140 cheaper per month. That's almost $1,700 a year. One phone call, 15 minutes, $1,700. Then we looked at their phone bill. They were paying for international data, roaming, and device insurance on 3 phones that were already paid off. Another $800 a year. Then we looked at their old 401k from a job they left 6 years ago. The fees on that account were over 1%. They moved it to an IRA with a low-cost brokerage. That saved them over $2,000 a year in fees, plus gave them better investment options. By the time we finished my partner's audit, we had found over $4,500 in annual savings. That's just one person. Then I did my sister's audit. She was paying for a storage unit, $200 a month for stuff she hadn't looked at in 3 years. She sold everything in one weekend on Facebook Marketplace and made $1,200 in cash while saving $2,400 a year in rent. Then she found a life insurance policy my parents had bought for her when she was a child that she didn't even know existed. It had cash value. That was another $1,500. Then I helped a friend do his audit. He was paying for a premium credit card with a $500 annual fee. He never used the benefits. No airport lounges. No travel credits. No nothing. We downgraded it to a free card with similar rewards. $500 saved in 10 minutes. Then another friend found an old gym membership from a city she moved away from 2 years ago. She had been paying $40 a month without ever stepping foot in the building. Almost $1,000. Then a coworker found a subscription to a dating app he hadn't used since he met his wife. 3 years ago, that was $300. I started keeping a list. Every person I helped, every leak we found, over 6 months. The total reached $12,000. That wasn't my savings. It was what ordinary people left on the table because no one ever told them to look. And here's the thing that nobody talks about. You already know most of this. You know subscriptions add up. You know bank fees are stupid. You know you should use a rewards card. But knowing isn't the same as doing. Because the problem isn't information. The problem is attention. We live in a world designed to capture your attention in 1,000 different directions. Ads, notifications, emails, news, social media, work, family, stress. Your brain is exhausted by the time you think about your money. So you don't think about it. You just hope. And hope is not a strategy. Hope is what the banks and the insurance companies and the subscription apps are counting on. They want you to hope everything is fine so they can keep taking your money while you look the other way. That's why I call it a 5-minute money audit. Because it's not about becoming a financial expert. It's about 5 minutes of uncomfortable attention. 5 minutes of looking at your money the way you'd look at a flat tire. You don't need to know how the engine works. You just need to see what's obviously wrong. Let me walk you through exactly what you're going to do after this video ends. And I mean exactly, because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I want you to feel ready. Step 1. Open your main checking account. Scroll through the last 60 days of transactions. Don't skim. Read every line. Look for any payment that repeats. Streaming services, apps, gyms, cloud storage, new subscriptions, software, anything that charges you every month. Write them down. Then ask yourself one question. Have I used this in the last 30 days? If the answer is no, cancel it. Right then. Don't put on a list. Don't say you'll do it later. Cancel it. Most subscriptions let you cancel in 2 clicks. If it takes longer, it's still worth it. Every subscription you cancel is money you just gave yourself. Step 2. Look at your fees. Overdraft fees, monthly maintenance fees, ATM fees, paper statement fees, anything that says fee. Circle them. Then call your bank. I know you hate phone calls. Do it anyway. Say these exact words. I've been a customer for X years. I noticed some fees on my account. Can you refund any of them as a courtesy? 9 times out of 10, they will. Banks have a budget for this. It's called customer retention. Use it. Then ask if there's a different account type with lower or no fees. Switch if there is. This one phone call will take less than 10 minutes and will save you anywhere from $50 to $500 a year. Step 3. Look at your savings account interest rate. If it's less than 3%, you're losing money. Go open a high-yield savings account online. This takes 10 minutes. You need your ID, your social security number, and your current account info. That's it. Transfer most of your savings over. Keep a small buffer in your old account for emergencies. This one change will earn you hundreds of dollars a year in free money. Step 4. Look at your credit cards. What rewards do they offer? If you don't know, log in and find out. Then switch your everyday spending to the card with the best cash back. Groceries, gas, dining bills. Pay it off every single week so you never carry a balance. Never pay interest. Just collect the rewards. If you don't have a rewards card, get one. A simple 2% cashback card with no annual fee. That's it. Step 5. Pick one bill. Just one. Insurance, phone, internet, cable, anything that you pay every month. Go to a competitor's website and get a quote. Or call your current provider and ask for a better rate. Tell them you're thinking of leaving. Watch how fast they find a discount. Do this once a year. Just one bill. It will save you hundreds. That's the audit. 5 steps. Most people finish in under 20 minutes. And those 20 minutes will save you more money than a month of clipping coupons or skipping coffee. I want to tell you one last story. After I did my audit and helped all those people get their $12,000 back, I helped my mom. She's retired, lives on a fixed income. She's careful with money, never wastes anything. I sat with her and did the audit. In 15 minutes, we found her homeowner's insurance was overcharging her by $800 a year because she hadn't updated her policy since my dad passed away. We found a landline she never used. $40 a month, $480 a year. We found a magazine subscription she thought she canceled 10 years ago. Still charging. We found her credit card had a $5 monthly fee she didn't know about. When I added it up, my mom had been losing over $1,500 a year on a fixed income. She cried, not because of the money, because she felt stupid. And I hugged her and said, "You're not stupid. No one ever taught you this. No one taught any of us." That's why I made this video. Not to make you feel bad, to make you feel powerful. Because you are one 20-minute audit away from getting your money back. Not earning more, not working more, just keeping what's already yours. So here's what I need you to do. Right now, not later, not tomorrow, right now, hit subscribe. Because I make videos that save you real money. Not theory, not motivation, actual dollars. And then do the audit. Today, open your phone, go through those 5 steps, and then come back to this video and comment one thing. Just one. The amount of money you found in your first 5 minutes. I don't care if it's $5 or $500. Comment it. Hold yourself accountable. And then share this video with one person you love. Your partner, your sibling, your best friend, your mom. Share it. Because the people we love are losing money too. And they don't even know it. You got this. It's just 20 minutes. And those 20 minutes might just save you $12,000. Now go get your money back.